Matseko Musito. We are still live on our social media platforms, is where you can see our lovely studio, our lovely guest, at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Alternatively, just download that SABC Plus app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. Now, continue our story that reminds us that of the power of faith, of courage, and of healing. In her memoir, Invisible Scars, Visible Strength, oh, what a woman, Karabo Rangwetsi opens up about her journey through trauma, abuse, and emotional pain, experiences that began in childhood and stretched into adulthood, as you've heard earlier. Yet, instead of letting those experiences define her, she chose to redefine herself. This is not a story about suffering, but about survival and triumph, about how light can return even after the darkest chapters. And through her book, Karabo hopes to inspire others to face their pain, embrace the process of healing, and discover the strength within. You know, as you were sharing your story, the first half of the conversation, you had mentioned something very profound. You'd said this book is also for the perpetrator. And as you were sharing the experiences that you went through, I sat here as a man myself and I was like, my goodness me. There are so many things that I may have been a part of and may have done, but I didn't realize the impact that it's leaving behind on the person that is on the other side. And I realized that it's very important that even as the man, as a perpetrator, to come to myself and realize that there's another human being who's involved, and I need to be accountable for my actions. Oftentimes we just let it pass and say, it happened, just move on with your life.
It's in the past.
And I love how you brought that perspective to the book. Talk to us then. Continue your story. You left us at 21, the period of 21. You got into a relationship, you fell in love, had a baby, then you, at the hands of this man that you loved, suffered abuse, and then you also talk to us about the cancer, because I think we had just cut the conversation right there. The cancer journey. How did you find out the experience and then overcoming it?
Can I talk about something else before we talk about cancer? Because cancer is not an abuse. So I just want to talk about my other suffering at the hands of men, not a man. So fast forward 21 years old, I got involved in 1999. I met someone.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, that's when I had started my job at SABC, fresh from school. So I met someone. He also wanted to marry me. Things didn't go well. He was a control freak. He was very obsessive. I left him. And almost a year later, he somehow found out where, I was living. Obviously, I later on learned that he had been stalking for quite some time. He would come and park not too far from work, from where I was working. And he would, stalk me home. To cut the long story short, he came in one day on my birthday, 10th September, Sunday. The picture is still the memory is vivid. It's still so clear. And after my friends had left, because I had hosted them for lunch, of course it was Sunday, we're going to work tomorrow. So by 8 o'clock, everyone had already left. And there he was. He wanted to sleep with me. And I said, no, I'm not going to sleep with you. He said, well, if I can't have you, then no one will. Clearly, you must be seeing someone now and you're sleeping with them. And because I'm not over you, you are going to sleep with me. I refused. He strangled me. He left me for dead, unconscious. He thought I was dead. He phoned my mother, told my mother that he had killed me by accident. Apparently, he was hysterical, crying. He thought, I was dead. I was found by someone. My mother had to call someone, my cousin, who found me still unconscious. Thankfully, he did not sexually violate me. Fast forward to 2020. I'm recovering from my second phase of cancer. Is it second phase? Was it? Well, it had come back the second time. How do you explain it? Second.
Yeah, I don't remember. But out of remission.
I was out of remission, and then
and then it reoccurred.
It reoccurred. It came back. So I was recovering, right? Actually, when I reconnected with this person, he was a friend. There was nothing romantic that happened between us prior to 2020. And when he reached out to me, he discovered that I was in hospital. Our relationship started there. We hit it off. And I was comfortable with him because I thought, hey, you are my friend. We were in the same circle. You know me, I know you, Fast forward to 2021, May, on Mother's Day, at an event. It's noisy. I'd gone for a stroll with a lady friend who was dating his friend. He called, couldn't get hold of me because obviously it was it was noisy, and we were standing right in front of the stage, so there was no way that I could have had my phone ring. Assaulted me there, dragged me. I fell, hit my head on the concrete floor, or concrete ground. I was concussed. I lost consciousness. Left me in the room, dragged me, locked me up in the room. He only had a wake-up call. I don't know how long he had been gone, but what I would presume would have been maybe an hour or 2 hours later to find me lights out, totally unconscious. And so I know Tseko. So that's why I say, yes, I can ask. You can, as an outsider, you can say to me, but if you say why you, then who? I don't have a problem with that. Each and every one of us must have a fair share of challenges. Otherwise, we would not develop and grow as people. Yeah. But it cannot be all the time, right? So, I don't know if you have questions before we go to the cancer story.
I want to just tell you what my tears are about. Because you are just such a soft, compassionate person. And I just want to know where that comes from. How did you not let life harden you? It would have been so easy. And I'm speaking as somebody that worked under your leadership for 3 years. And you never ever lost your cool. Not just with me, just with everyone, And people would talk on the corridors about how they've spoken to you and how, you were leaning in the middle all the time and you never took their side and you never took this person's side. How did you maintain that? I mean, yes, there's God's grace, there's all these wonderful things, but how do you maintain that this is who I am, this is the woman that I am, I'm leading so many people, there's so many things going on at work and in my personal life, but I'm going to hear people out. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be compassionate. How do you lead with so much compassion?
I told you that I am a nurturer. So I wouldn't go out to deliberately hurt someone. So I wasn't going to inflict the pain or my pain on someone else. I wasn't going to be a cause for someone to be aggrieved. I may have aggrieved some people. I'm human after all. Yeah. I'm fallible. I am not without flaws. But I would not deliberately go and aggrieve someone or hurt someone because I am angry or because of what is happening in my life. They are not responsible for what I'm going through. And besides, I know the feeling of being broken, the feeling of being hurt. Why would I want to inflict that on someone else? We need to break the cycle. So it was difficult, but I made a conscious decision to embrace everything that God has blessed me with, because At some point, I saw all these things as a curse. I saw my life as a curse, for crying out loud. I even asked my mother at some point, but Mama, why did you name me Karabo? Because Karabo means an answer. All I am is an answer to everyone else. But who is an answer to me? I also need someone that I can look up to. I'm tired.
I relate to that, yeah.
Yeah. But then I had to make a decision and say, you know what, girl, wake up. Look at the bigger picture. This is not a curse. Your life is not a curse. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
You are being sharpened. God is sharpening you. And God is creating something completely powerful so that you can use that gift and that blessing to change the lives of other people. So Tsoko, there was no way I could not do that. My pain is my pain. I told myself, at some point the cycle needs, it needs to be broken. So I cannot change the world. I can't claim to change the world. No, we need a lot of people, but I also have to play a role, play a part, contribute towards that.
The journey of healing and forgiveness is not an instant one.
No.
Talk to us about how it started for you to say, I'm no longer looking at myself as a victim. I shall heal and I'll overcome.
It started soon after I admitted that I needed help. So I went out and sought, help. I saw a psychologist. I was in therapy for months, almost a year. After that, I felt that, okay, the psychological issues have been addressed.
Yeah.
Now I need to heal the inner person. I needed to heal my spirit. I needed to heal my soul. I went for counseling at church for a few months as well. It was not easy. It was not easy because I had to relive everything that I had shelved so far back in my mind. By the way, I didn't have the memories or recollection of what had happened to me until in 2001 when I started having flashbacks. Started off as flashbacks. I dismissed the whole thing like, my mind is playing, some kind of games. Then I had nightmares and they felt so real. And then the flashbacks and the nightmares became something real. There was a time when I was in sort of a trance, like I was watching a film reel on my life. What happened, and I was like, no, it can't be. It just cannot be. That's when I decided to go and seek medical attention, psychological attention, and yes, it was confirmed. So I decided after that you know what, girl, it's you have to heal. You have to, and it. I was nudged towards the direction. The therapist, a counselor, and my mother, of course, after I broke the news to her. She broke down. She blamed herself. She still blames herself up to this day. I had a conversation with her this morning, and she listened to my interview last night. She still blames herself. But then I said to her, I've healed. You need to heal. You need to accept that you didn't do anything wrong, and you need to heal. You need to heal.
Man, I admire your level of self-awareness. But listen, some of the things are sacred. Okay, some of the things are going to be saved for the book launch.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say here is that you need to buy a ticket if you want to hear the rest of the story. And also, you can pre-order Invisible Scars, Visible Strength by Karabo Rangwetsi. She's open for pre-orders. Please, let's talk about the book launch, because for anyone who wants to tap in a bit deeper, not just into your story, but in how what happened to you and how you share it can affect their own healing.
Yeah.
Because you've got that power, Sis K. You've always had that power where you share and people walk out the room and they're just never the same. So it's going to be a sacred circle of sharing, of, you literally are giving us a gift through this book so that we can all begin our journey collective consciousness of healing from the inside out, especially as women with all the traumas that we've carried. When is the book launch happening, and how can we get a seat?
The book launch is happening next week, Saturday, the 1st of November.
Right.
I can't give out the details now. What I'll do is I'll leave my contact details, and people can, get a hold of me if they want to secure or reserve their spot. It's 450 rand for the book launch. That's that price is inclusive of refreshments, light meals and drinks. And then the actual book price is 350 rand. So people can still call me to place their orders. I can courier the book to them, but they will have to cover the courier costs. And
Okay, so I guess if you can't make it to the launch on the 1st of November, you can get yourself a copy.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's available. Pre-orders are open, and then post the book launch, the book should be available everywhere. But where can we follow you? I know recently you were like, Bona, I'm on TikTok now. Okay,
I'm moving with the times. Go.
Now I'm on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that's one global platform.
Yeah.
So for anyone that finds you there, who should they be looking for? Just Karabo Rangwetsi.
I'm simply Karabo Rangwetsi. I'm Karabo Rangwetsi on TikTok. I'm Karabo Rangwetsi on Facebook, and they can also get a hold of me on. I'm going to give out my number. That's what's on the flyers anyway.
Okay.
My personal number. Please, it's not for Jolo. Don't call to tell me that I'm beautiful and you want to take me out for a date. Please. No, it's not for that. It's solely for business, for the book. Just for the book. And if you need to talk to me, maybe you need some kind of advice. My number is... Tebogo is blushing. My number is 083-596-0882.
Okay, that number again, or an email address perhaps as well.
083-596-0882. My email address, karabo.rangwetsi@gmail. They should follow me on social media to get the correct spelling of my name and surname. So that would be my email address. But it's karabo.rangwetsi@gmail.com.
There we go. And also, if you're catching the tail end of this conversation, we are going to post a link for you on our social media pages, so you can click on it and catch up on our conversation. It was so lovely to see you again.
Likewise. Nice.
I mean, look at what you've done. Look at what you've built. A lot of the foundations that you have been digging for several years are coming up now, and we're talking about some of the developments. You're like, I'm so happy to see this. Oh, this is so wonderful. So your contribution is still being felt.
Thank you.
To the corridors of this big building called the South African Broadcasting Corporation. And we're so grateful for your leadership, and I'm very happy for you that you've written this book.
Thank you, sir. I'm so happy to see you guys. I must admit, I miss you. I don't miss the place, but I miss the people. I miss you guys.
Invisible scars, visible strength.
Oh, what a woman.
And that woman is Karabo Rangwetsi.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Karabo Rangwetsi is about to leave the building. You can revisit the conversation that we had through our podcast on our newly revamped website, www.channelafrica.co.za. Alternatively, just follow us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok.
I know we've got to take news, but I had a thought that I'd forgotten to share. This is not just a book. This is now a movement. This is workshops. This is talks. This is healing circles. This is... Listen, we've sunk our feet into the river now. There's no turning back, ne? And we're going to be there for all of us.
That would be your responsibility. You drive that, ne?
Yes, why not? I'm there. I'm in there.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. It's 3 p.m., final hour of the show, and Jolani Tulo Mwepe standing by with the latest news.